first. A lot of this, I think most of us would have gone through, being part of the journey with these retailers in terms of, let's say, replatforming their websites and whatnot. So a lot of these will be familiar to you guys, but I'll cover these in a couple of slides, and I'll get to the more interesting part, which is the in-store strategies. So let's get to the online strategies right now, and start with putting a theme in terms of the strategy shift. So the first box really states in terms of what it used to be to what they are transforming into, or many of them have already transformed to in the current world. So initially there used to be specific channels, as in, let's say there was a .com channel and then they added a mobile channel over it, but then these channels used to be in its own silos, as in, let's say, for example, the catalog which used to be on a specific channel of a mobile might not have been the same as what it used to be on .com and so on. Let's say I made taken the sale, or rather made the purchase half on .com, and I went to the store and I wanted to kind of complete the purchase, or vice versa. Could I do that? So there was no connection between these channels. So that was the thing of the past. If you look at it right now, there are so many solutions out there in the market, and quite a few of us have been part of this in terms of getting the users, getting these retailers getting to a multi-channel, multi-device strategy, which is all set up out of a single backend framework, so that they can easily extend the new features and add on new channels and devices to their portfolio. The second point is about talking to customers to social dialogue. So nothing new to state here. With the Facebooks and the Twitters of the world, they are no more sending just email blasts and just telling to the customer saying, oh, you know what, go ahead and buy this, but it's more of a social dialogue wherein the customers talk between themselves and decide what they want to buy and kind of share the ratings and reviews. Third is we control the customer's control. It's more, it's less of the marketeers of the retailer kind of controlling what the buyers would want to buy, to more of what the customer chooses and makes a decision, and the importance or the success of a product bubbles by the customers themselves deciding what should be the success. The fourth point is everything to everyone, to niche personalized experiences. So this is more of just not being like trying to sell everything to everyone, but it is more in terms of let's say giving specialty things to niche customer audience, so that it really gives the customers the nicheness what is required. I mean to expand it, it's something like let's say a large retailer decides to set up microsites for specific brands. I'll get to certain examples in the future slides, but this specifically states in terms of how they can focus towards a specific audience by having niche experiences. The next one is linear shopping experience to a continuous interactive, which is kind of maps to the theme what I had put in one of the previous slides, where when it's no more a linear experience, it's a continuous interactive experience across multiple channels. The next is campaigns to conversations. This primarily puts the theme of not just having not just running some email blasts or campaigns, but actually having conversations with the customer. So the brands have to engage in a crucial dialogue, conversation with the customers to eventually end up in a buy. So consumers are buyers, to consumers are marketing media. So the consumers are no more seen just as buyers, but they are the brand ambassador. A consumer who is a satisfied consumer is going to be a brand advocate, or he or she who's not satisfied may be a person who's going to do negatively to the brand. Right, so that is all about the customers as buyers. And the last thing is more in terms of the platform itself. So what used to be more of a built homegrown, built from scratch, proprietary platforms is changed to open and responsive platforms. There are quite a few of the platforms in the market right now, which vendors pick up and do the implementations for. So moving to an open and responsive platform to which you can plug and play new channels and plug and play new features is the strategy shift with the retailers are seeing. So the green box on the right hand side is a lot of things which have already happened, or in most of the cases happening in a few markets in terms of changing strategy from what it was to what it is. Right. So this slide is more to give a perspective, and I'm moving on to the next slide, which primarily states in terms of what are some of the key themes of online retail strategies, right? So I've said what is the strategy shift. The first is in terms of themes, the first is the multi-channel aspect. Now you had just the .com in the past, and then the mobile came in, and now there are the tablets, and tomorrow whatnot, right? So there are a lot of new kinds of devices of its own shape and size and its own convenience to end users who are coming by. Now setting up platforms which are going to have the same framework, but it's going to support all these different devices. It's all about multi-channel, and around that, there's a lot of strategizing to be done both on the technology side in terms of process side, and that's what many of the large retailers have done. If you go to any of the examples of, let's say, the big US retailers like the Macy's or a Nordstrom or a JCPenney or a Target, they have over the last few years have either pretty much embarked on a new replatforming, or they have already completed a replatforming of their existing of their past e-commerce, and they've gotten onto new platforms which embrace the multi-channel strategy. Next is around the personalization as a theme. So personalization is primarily can be profile-based personalization or behavioral-based, as in based on what the user has been searching through, it kind of further personalizes and gives specific, let's say, product recommendations, specific cross-sells and upsells and stuff like that. So personalization has been a big game changer in terms of changing the conversion rate on the sites. Next is the social commerce, which is primarily in terms of integrating with the social media and integrating with the ratings and reviews and stuff like that, and social apps like the Facebook apps, which kind of feed in back to the website for a sale. Then apps which are going to provide augmented reality. Let's say, for example, a user can take a photo of himself or herself and kind of try out a new cloth on the site and stuff like that. These are newer which are coming in, which make a lot of better experience to the users. And then the social ads. So these are around the social commerce aspect. Next is in terms of A/B testing, or this is a concept wherein, to explain it a little more, there's a concept wherein, let's say, the marketers are primarily trying to test and see, as in which specific marketing campaign or which specific personalization aspect is going to be a better win than the other, right? So let's say, to take an example, let's say I'm buying a shirt on a specific website. Now, the website might have some intelligence built in which says, if you're buying this shirt, by the way, this is a trouser you may want to buy. So there's a kind of cross-sell which they might have a rule put in. But coming to A/B testing, what it says is have a rule A which shows a trouser, specific trouser, and have a rule B which shows something else, which is probably another trouser, right? And see which of these actually converts to a higher conversion rate in terms of sale, and adopt that and show to all the users. So what it's really doing is testing the waters in terms of what really sells, and actually adaptively changing the personalization and the relevance to the end users accordingly. So that's about A/B testing, right? So next is analytics. So quite a few of the large retailers have, along with their replatforming their online space, they've also taken in and set up a lot of back-end analytics and sophisticated marketing tools, which enables their marketeers to be able to administer the products to their customers in such a way so that it translates to better sales, right? So I've just listed out a few standard tools which are available and are kind of standard in the market, like the Omniture and Core Metrics. So until here, what I dealt with is a lot of things which is known to most of us in terms